man. Detroit Lions seem to put a lot of stock into bringing guys back. And, it's kind of, people were saying if they were healthy last year, they probably would have won the Super Bowl, and their defense was good enough, more than good enough to win it. So they're going to bank on, getting healthy across the defensive line. They're going to run it back. Brought it back Marcus Davenport, Mekhi Wingo, Broderick Martin still on the roster, Levon Sarique, Liam McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson, Jack Campbell, all the linebackers still there, Alexander Zoni, Malcolm Rodriguez, Derek Barnes. They did some new things in the secondary. They got DJ Reed and still gonna come with a Meek and Terrion and the Rock dude and the other dude from Detroit. The safety still there, BB and Kirby. So those are the things. They really just gonna spin the block back with that defense. For the most part, and probably add some draftees to it, and say let's go. Here read articles that they high on Mekhi Wingo, and that's a 6th-round draft pick. Remember, they was high on Antoine Green, and ain't nothing happened with that. Another 6th, 7th-round draft pick. He probably ain't even in the league no more. They banking on Azarique going back to that 3 technique. He going to have to go inside early because Liam McNeil probably ain't going to be ready to start the season. So, obviously most people think it's the cheap route. They walk away day 1 and day 2 without an edge rusher. I think people are going to be deflated. Honestly, I think, there was no point for Davenport to be back on this roster. I don't understand, even if it's for cheap. You can just save that money and keep Darius Smith. You just save that money and keep Darius Smith. Say it again, you just keep that money and keep Darius Smith. So, but that's the plan. They made slight tweaks, and you got a new coordinator, so you think you want to make it a little bit easier for him by giving them a little bit more talent. But, it could be some draft day trades. It could be some willing and dealing. But most of the years just seem like Brad Holmes don't select impact players right away. They coming off some injuries, they get injured, or take them a few years to get their feet wet. That's pretty much been the narrative with Brad Holmes. And obviously if he's going to ride with this roster, he need a year in which he hit the lick with Brian Brandt, Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs. But you got to remember, he had an extra pick to play with and traded down. He needs that type of impactful year. So, honestly, I don't think the defense is that bad, but they do lack speed. They do lack durability. To be that big and slow for how big and slow their defense is, they lack a lot of durability. Usually when you think kind of injury prone, you probably think of them lighter type defenses like the Indianapolis Colts defense with Peyton Manning. They was built to play with a lead. Undersized Bob Sanders, had one of the greatest safeties years for a safety. Robert Mathis, undersized end. What was the White Freeney, undersized end. You know what I'm saying? They had some undersized guy, undersized Cato June, that linebacker. What's the deal? So, yeah, the Lions need somewhat of a blend of athleticism. That's why I'm kind of like, James Pierce and people, so they can run that James Pierce. And what I seen on tape, he did a great job of attacking the run. But they put this jacket on you when you this small, when you not ideal size. That don't really mean, to me, that don't already mean nothing. Look at Levon Sarique. He's very powerful. He play around 290, 280 something. I was listening to a podcast, forget the name of it, and they were saying Mason Graham was small, 6'2", 300 pounds was small. I'm looking like, I'm like, how is that small? Shit, anything about 310 and above is considered a nose tackle. Unless they just God gifted, athletically wise. You know, so you're 6'2" and 300 pounds. That ain't no small. Even on the football field, by today's measure, that's not small. Dominican Sue, yeah, he was 6'4", but Dominican Sue played around his prime. What, 290, 300 pounds? He wasn't the biggest dude. You know, Warren Sapp wasn't the biggest guy. And then John Randall was very undersized. They was all effective, so they just put this jacket. You got little nerds and stuff putting jackets on people who never played. You stand next to him and tell him he's a small person. You know, and they look at James Pierce. Oh, he's small. Man, I seen him stop and run quite a few times. Hurt his wrist one time, but I seen it. If the Lions don't understand where they suck at and where they need to get better at and why they struggling versus mobile quarterbacks, you know, they'll never figure it out. You need athletes. You need fast guys. And they, you know, for a large thing, they just lack them. Patricia and Belichick was the same way. That's why when Brady left, Belichick and them got fucking shredded. That's why they got fucking shredded. He didn't believe in, you know, speed. Can't have too much speed because then people run all over you. That's the problem. You'd be a little bit small, especially go outdoors. So you gotta have them big fellas that's ready to play on that terrain. So that's a fact. But yeah, I mean, if that's what they want to do and they want to run back that defense, I mean, it's cheap. It's the cheap way to do it. But damn, why not keep the upgrades that you made on that defense? You know, why not keep the upgrades? Why not keep the Darius Smith? But obviously, we got to let his plan materialize. We got to let it come to fruition before we can actually attack it. You know, so we got to let it come to fruition, man. But, you know, personally, he kind of really should have been revamping that defensive line. He should have been spending some money on that line, to be honest. You know, running it back with the same guys, banking on development. You needed an impact player. And they didn't get one. So hopefully in the draft, you know, whether it's trade, whether it's, you know, finding somebody younger and cheaper, and that's the thing, cheaper. Everything they did was cheap. You know, so it is what it is. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live with the video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. I appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.